Hi everyone, and welcome to my first official installment of the YouTube channel. I wasn't sure how to create the different signs and choose the different lessons because in Afro-Cuban the divination, the 246 signs, there's an order to them. There's a hierarchy. So I was thinking about it and I slept on it and I decided that I was going to let El Egua, which is the Orisha of destiny, guide the way. So what I decided to do is I opened up on the mat with some prayers, and I asked him to give me a blessing and go ahead and give us an oracle. And he chose a sign that was one of my favorite signs. It's Iroso Odi. Iroso Odi says a blind love. A love is lost once the blind opens their eyes. In Spanish, it's el amor ciego se pierde cuando uno abre los ojos. Many times in any relationship, not just romantic, remember the Orisha tells us about every aspect of our lives, whether it be personal, professional, friendship, work, romantic. We have to look at things in all aspects. We have to look at things as though we are trying to identify what he's trying to say. So think about it. A blind love is lost once we open our eyes. Many times we're put in circumstances or we have relationships with people that we expect certain things from because of their title, because society gives certain people a title. Now, if you're my wife, my husband, my cousin, my family, my brother, my sister, my teacher, automatically you're expected to do certain things. Automatically you'd be expected to have a certain level of respect, authority, or I would expect you to respect me to a certain degree depending on what position we have. However, God gave us free will. Society gave us titles. So we really can't go by that. We don't know what's in someone's heart until we begin having experiences with them and have a history and learn where the person's loyalty and where the person sits with us and what we do to destroy it or cultivate it. A blind love is lost once we open our eyes. If you're in a relationship and you keep having to ignore things, look past things, justify things, make things up, create things, if you find yourself uncomfortable and know that something's wrong, your Odi, which is your higher self, which is that connection you have to the divine, which brings you knowledge from when you were first created. You have to trust your Odi. You have to trust your higher self and your gut feeling and know that there's a problem. And you need to kind of start analyzing if this relationship is dead weight, regardless of society's title, or if it's worth trying to cultivate and trying to correct. Many times a simple conversation can snap a person back. Hey, listen, I don't feel like you're appreciating me, or I don't feel like I'm being loved the way I should be. And remember, this is romantic, this is friendship, this is family love. Just because somebody's your brother and sister doesn't mean they have the capacity or the ability to love the way that you love. Many times in many signs it talks about not having any friends. It doesn't mean that you have no friends. It means that many other people are not able to give you as much as you give them. That means we need to reevaluate our relationships and see who really is there for us versus who's not. Let's talk about let's talk about opening our eyes and looking and analyzing and really thinking about our relationships. There's another parable in this sign that says, in the land of the love, some are loved, but in the ideal situation, you love and you are loved. So, again, it's that yin yang effect. It's that scale effect. We have to make sure that it's equal. We have to make sure that if we're not pulling our weight and we're not letting our partners know that they're appreciated, we need to let them know. Honesty, communication, those are the key things to a relationship. If you don't have those two elements, you're destined to have a ruined relationship, whether it's a friendship or anything else. if there's no communication, the other person that you're not communicating with is going to start speculating and thinking of things and creating problems that may not exist. Sometimes we just get caught up in work, and a simple phone call or a text message that says, hey, I appreciate you. Hey, I'm sorry I've been caught up. I know you have too. That's how friends communicate. That's how people understand each other. But if it's a situation where you're being ignored and there's no reason for it, then again, let's evaluate. Let's decide. Is this worth it? Is this not worth it? There's another saying in here that talks about okay, many times we make promises that we don't intend to keep. And so if you promise me that we're supposed to hang out and we're going to meet up and we're going to talk and we're going to discuss, and I'm waiting for you and I'm expecting your call and I'm expecting to see you, and I don't get a phone call, there's no effort for you to come and communicate so that we can meet up. I try to reach out, and if I don't get a response, I get hurt. And energy is energy. Energy is it's like money. So here you're creating this negative energy for yourself that's not productive, that's not good for you. So don't make promises you can't keep. Don't make commitments that you don't intend to follow through with. One of the worst things you can be is a liar. When you're a liar, you're creating energy that doesn't exist, and you're setting yourself up for disaster and for failure, because once you're discovered, which you'll be discovered, people are disappointed. So then your word and your promises become invalid. So in order for us to keep our words and our promises valuable, in order for us to maintain the dignity of being a man or a woman, in order for us to really try to make ourselves worth something and carry ourselves as a person, not even as a priest, it doesn't matter, but as a good, trusting individual, keep your word. If you can't, just say, hey, I'm not sure, I'll try. But you just got to do your best. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And this is Iroso Odi. I'm going to go ahead and put the parables underneath in the description column. And again, please share, like, subscribe to my page. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.